EMP was really fun, and I'm really tired.
I've heard lots of good things about it.
It was so good, so good.
Paparazzi always does the best.
They do. And the jewelry, they crushed it. Oh my gosh. And Misty's shoes, she crushed it.
What was with her in the big dollar sign necklace? I saw a picture of that. She had like
it was the
sunglasses and a big gold.
She was doing the money dance. Here we come. Here's the money. She would do, here's the money.
She's got the best personality.
Doesn't she? Oh my gosh. Yes. So good. Well, hello everybody.
We're super excited we're here. Sorry, we've all had some crazy weekend. We're all like trying to get back in the gist of things. We got a lot more stuff coming up, and we're super excited that you guys are all joining us here today. Over here on Facebook as well, we're live over there. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Saying hello. If you're there on Facebook, say hello. Oh my gosh. Yeah. EMP was very delightful. And so I'm going to start out with wins. Can I do that?
Yep.
I hit 7 EMPs. Going to bed at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, and hitting lights at 6 o'clock in the morning, and 3 and 4 hours of sleep. And it was lovely, but we are home now. So I'm so excited.
Finally able to catch up on some
That
sleep.
was a big win. Oh.
We want to, since we're over live on Facebook, we also want to thank Suze again. Thank you so much, Suze, for helping us out the last few days. We really, really appreciate that. We're excited that we're on day 43. Holy cow, we're like almost halfway through. I guess day 45 would be halfway through. We're almost halfway through on the social daily run. So you guys have been crushing it. So excited that you guys are still joining us here, and we have all this awesome content to refer back into. So that's what I'm super excited about for any new people, that we can kind of push in some of this content and help them out. And
I'm really
if you have any questions, that we're here to help them out. So we're super excited that we're all here and helping each other out. Any other
wins?
Any other wins from anybody that they would like to share? Susan, yes.
Well, I kind of got behind, but I'm getting caught up. That's one win. I booked a couple of hostess parties.
Good.
And my followers went up by like 12 people.
Awesome.
Good.
On my business page. Yeah.
Awesome. I think something that's really interesting to remember during all of this, that Fraser Brook has said like multiple times, is this idea that sometimes we just think we're focusing on attraction marketing, where people are just going to automatically come to us. Whereas sometimes we have to focus on first on the action marketing, where we have to go out and find people and instigating things, and not just assuming or hoping people are just going to automatically come to us. You know, through the content, we're hoping that's eventually what's going to happen with that kind of graph that we've kind of shown you guys. But just a good reminder that, hey, I got to keep instigating to keep growing my following, keep growing my following. So super, super awesome.
Yeah, I saw Debbie say, I'm so sad I didn't see you in Atlantic City. I'm sorry. We tried. Oh my gosh, it was standing in line till getting late. There were a lot of people there. And so I tried to see as many people as I could, and hugs go out to all of you that we missed. I apologize that. Let's see, we saw somebody that said she has another potential to chat with this afternoon, Latria.
Awesome.
And Krista, my win, posted that I challenged you to sell 2 Z pieces, and I did within a couple of hours on my post. Good,
awesome,
good.
Krista. Awesome.
Sometimes we just need to say in our mind, this is my goal, and make it attainable, but give it a time that it's going to end, and track it. And some of those little things, some of those big things come to pass. So It's awesome.
And something that we've seen before, and something that we've heard, is trying to create, like if you're doing something, like for an example, something we've done in the past is like have a number right behind us on our board behind us, and people ask like, what is that number? And it's this idea of, I want this many people to join us on our team, right? And you kind of notch that down every single month, and tell you like, hey, I want to recruit 3 this month. Oh, I'm at 2 more. I'm looking for 2 more people this month. That way, it causes curiosity for people to view you. But then also this idea that if you keep doing the same thing, it kind of removes the novelty or the kind of the variety to it. So you're trying to have to figure out this way to add more creativity and kind of add a little bit more curiosity to the things that you do. But we got Emmy,
Emma.
Emma,
M-A.
M-A, M-A. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Have
good
your hand up.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and Mrs. Frank and son Frank. How are you?
So great.
That's good. I'm at work. That's why I'm not on camera. But I gained 3 new customers.
Awesome.
So good. That's so good. Thank you for sharing. Good job.
And thank you. Now I'm trying to work on getting a business partner. So that's what I'm, trying to focus on as well.
Good job.
Awesome.
Good job.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Just celebrate those little teeny things
Yeah.
because everything is awesome.
Yep.
And thank you all.
You're welcome.
Robin, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm putting on my makeup, so I took my video off. But so I used the Super Bowl yesterday to kind of as getting people to comment, and it really worked. So that was really fun. I just asked them, they had to comment who they thought was going to win. And I'm going to do a drawing today for everyone that commented. And so, yeah, use those like national whatever is going on to your advantage, because it really helps.
Go
That's
Chiefs.
great.
Yes, yes. Go
I'm wearing red today. Chief Kingdom, Kansas City.
Charmaine said she has a small win. I have not been getting any followers, but since she started the 90-day run, now she has 10 new followers. Yay, Charmaine.
Awesome,
Good job.
Awesome.
Even one is one more than you had, so that's really good.
Yep. Count the wins. Count the wins. There's always some sort of win to be had. So thank you guys so much.
Okay,
mind if we get going into
Yep.
the training?
No, let's get going.
So we're going to get going into the training. Today is about stories. So we're going to be talking give you a little bit of background with Instagram and Facebook stories, a little bit of kind of like do's and don'ts. And then the main part of today was about the dare for today. If you guys, my mom, Robin Frank, also known as Mama Frank, I don't think we introduce ourselves. I know I don't introduce myself very much. I'm Robbie Frank. I'm the son. I've been helping my mom out on the back end of things for the past 5.5 years. So I've been doing more trainings lately the last few years. So I'm just super excited to be able to be a part of this and see you guys and help you guys out in any way that we can. So getting into stories.
Perfect.
Something that he said is obviously something on a basic level is a lot of us know that if you have an Instagram account and a Facebook account, you can share things over, right? It's an easy way to kind of repurpose your content. I've heard the word repurpose or share it over. And then he kind of went into some different things of like different ways that you can set up your account. He said that sometimes when you set up your account as a creator versus a professional, you can get different insights. You can get insights on your page. So there's these different things like when you're on your personal page, you can transfer it over into like a professional setting and you can get insights. But the thing that he said about that is whether you're focusing more on your business page or focusing more on your personal page is when you want to do things like that. He says he likes the creator mode of it better, but he doesn't have a creator professional mode just because he's mainly focusing on using his, he doesn't do this when you're mainly focusing on your business account. So if you have a big business account, that's one a thing to kind of just a little thing that he talked about, like a little like hack about the professional and creator mode with that. He also talked about repurposing things. He talked about this idea of original content and repurposing content and when to share it over to both platforms. He said when you share things over to platforms, like an easy way to just share it over, Facebook or Instagram doesn't see that as original content. So the algorithm kind of dings it over. So a way to use that is a way to save that post, save that thing, and then download it and post it on the other side. It takes a little bit more work, but he said since stories, the best way if you want to do that, since normally people do a lot of stories, is if you want to just share things over, share your stories But when you do like posts or lives or different things, it's better to kind of create original content or like save it, download it, and then post it over to the other platform.
If I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, on a story, if you go onto Instagram and share it over to Facebook, they share it pretty equally. But if you do a post, he really highly suggests, I just want to clarify that. Is
Yep.
that correct?
That's
Is that
that's how I understood it.
Yeah, so if you do a post, you post it on Instagram, but don't save it to your Facebook.
Don't share it over to
Excuse
Facebook.
me, don't share it over, save it, and then repost that on Facebook with a new caption or
Yeah.
something different. Because the algorithms will be good for Instagram, but not so good for Facebook.
Right.
So if you do it, if you share it, if you create it on Instagram and share it over to Facebook, good Instagram, okay, Facebook. If you create it on Instagram, save it, and then create it new on Facebook, good. That's what I understood.
Yeah. So that's where that's just
That's a post. That's a post.
you're creating original content on both ones. So even there's an idea that some people even have two phones sometimes when they go live. That way you're getting original content on both platforms. And that's why people do it that way. Right. But that's advanced stuff. So like take that for what it is as a tip and a trick for going forward of like helping your see why the algorithm is working a little bit better on one versus the other. Okay. So really he just went into the dare and we're going to explain the dare. Is that okay? Anything else to share?
No, that's
Okay.
good.
So something he talked about with this dare is we're going to do a story. So today's focused on stories. We're going to make 5 different stories. Okay. But the first thing that he talked about is having a story reset when you do this. And what that means is making sure you don't have any previous stories in your story. So it's like, if you go into your stories, you can see, oh, this has been posted 5 hours ago. This has been posted 19 hours ago. He said a good rule of thumb is Sundays from like 8 a.m. to Monday, 8 a.m. It's a good reset. So you don't have any stories going into Monday.
So he wants you to make sure there's no stories there. So make sure, even if you posted something on Sunday, then wait for this dare until you have 0 stories on there.
Or just wait for
reset.
today and then start tomorrow. If you
Yeah,
can.
there you go.
That's the reset. It would be starting tomorrow. Okay.
And then you're going to do a 5-part story.
Mhm.
And based on the hook, story, and offer. We've talked about that quite a bit. Hook, story, and offer.
Yep. So the hook, story, and offer, we're going to be basing it on, and we've kind of done this similar model before, is the first story is going to be the hook. And we're going to break these down again. First one's the hook. The next 3 are stories, or like the story part of it, kind of explaining what's going on. And the last one is the offer, like the call to action. Okay.
Right.
So that's what we're going to focus on right now.
So the hook, he said, do something like this. Take your phone and take a picture of it and go. Or do.
A big shock. Yeah.
And say on there, I can't believe what I just heard. Let's see, I wrote that down exactly. What did he say?
And this
I
is
can't believe what I've just been sent, or what I've just
Yep.
noticed, or what I've just
some
learned.
sort of big hook, like, oh my gosh, like Home Alone, like, something like it's a big hook for you to be able to like catch people's attention. You can do a picture, or you can do a little story, an actual live, right?
little video.
A little video. There you go. So this is, again, see the high level of this. We're going to go through and kind of use an example we can use an example of like he talks about like weight loss stuff, but we're going to try and see how we can apply this into what we're doing.
We
Okay.
should talk about that.
What?
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Okay,
So the first one is is either a picture or a video about this idea of, oh my gosh, I was just like, I can't believe what I just was sent. And you can put that in the caption of the story. You can put that in the video, or even in the video, put that as a caption or transcribe what you said, but very short little story. These are all little short stories. Okay. Then the next story, which is your story 2, but it's starting into the very part of the story mode. So the first story is the hook. The next one's the first part of the story.
can I jump in here and interject? He said, this is what I do. He's explained me completely. Hi, I'm an EMP in Atlanta. Hi, I'm an EMP.
This is what normally a lot of us do with our stories throughout the day.
We're at EMP. Oh, we're on the airplane. Oh, we're here. Oh, we're there. And it's like, this is going to be consecutive. And sometimes, most of the time, we've talked about before, post at 9 and 11 and 4 in the afternoon on your stories. This one is posting 5 stories, one right after another.
Immediately after.
So the first one is surprise. Guess what I just learned, or guess what I just saw. The second one story is what you're going to tell them the before. Give them the before.
Yep. It's going to be a before like pain. And so he talked about the idea of weight loss. And again, we'll come back, we'll just use weight loss as the example, and then we're going to come back and use a story around paparazzi. But basically what they said is, okay, oh my gosh, this is what this person was before. You can't believe what she just sent me. She sent me this picture of where she was at before with her weight loss journey. The next story is her after of where she's at.
What she did.
No, she said after. He changed it. He did pain. So where she was at before, where she's at now, and then the fourth story is the solution of what she did. Okay.
Oh.
And then the last story is the call to action. So I'm going to go through these one more time.
Okay.
This is the hook. So like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what this person just sent me. Really, that's like a hook. Like, oh my gosh, what the heck did she just send me? Okay. This story is like, so this is the hook. These three are the story, and this is the offer, hook, story, offer at the very end. Okay. This is the call to action. So this first story is the pain, where she was at before, where she's at now, like after her journey, and then the solution of what she did. Okay. And then the call to action, like, oh my gosh, like, if you want to know exactly what she did or how she did this to get here, drop congrats down in the chat and I'll send it over to you. Okay.
And so what she did was like, she was on this weight loss program. She took this, whatever it is. But then if you want to know exactly what she did, say congrats down below, and that's the offer, and I'll send you information.
Yep. So now it's like, okay, that's cool for weight loss. How can we apply that to paparazzi jewelry? Okay. So this could be like, depending on if you want to focus on it with
How about money?
a customer or a team member. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what this person just sent me.
And it can be you.
Yeah,
You
it can
can
be you.
do it about you.
It can be you, but it could be like where this person was at before. Like, oh my gosh, my team member just sent me this. Like, I can't believe what this person just sent me. And before was this team member where she's in debt, $500 a month. Like she's getting out, like this was her, like,
Barely making her house.
this was her credit card debt. Now, boom, she has her credit card paid off. And the solution was, boom, this. Okay. And then you can throw in a little tie about paparazzi and how that does that. Okay.
And if you want to know more, if comment congrats down below, and you can send them.
And I'll send exactly over how she did this. Okay. Yeah. So as she goes through it, something that he said that he does for that part. So again, the first story, each one of these stories is posted right after each other in your stories. Okay. It's not a post, it's a story. The first one's the hook. So it could be a live, a video, or a picture, like a shocked picture with a little caption like says, I can't believe what she just sent me. This one is the first story part of it. And this first story part is about the pain, where this person was at before or where you were at before. And what you can do is in that picture caption, there's this idea there's when you do like Instagram, when you're doing a story, when you scroll through your filters all the way to the far right, there's a way that you can search a filter and you can do a green screen behind you. So with a green screen behind you, you can put up like a video or a picture. So you can even put that picture in the background. And as you're talking about the story, you can say, oh my gosh, look at Mary. Like, look where she was at with her credit card debt. Holy cow. I cannot believe that she was this far behind, or something along those lines, right? Next story is about, oh my gosh, look at this. That credit card that she just sent me. Look, she just paid off her credit card and she cut it in half, that she's like done with this credit card debt. And now the third story is, here's the solution of what she did.
May I interject here? One thing that I have seen is I've seen people post their PayPal, and they could say, here's my PayPal. I only was making $50 a month. And then here I have now $500 a month or $300 a month. And then you could show a picture of them going live or something like that. And then if they want to know more, then you could send them information about how you can make money with paparazzi.
Yep. So one more time, I'm going to summarize this. So of these 5 stories, this is the hook, something that's going to grab their attention. These parts are the story. 1, 2, and 3, or like 2, 3, and 4 story as parts of the story. So this one is about the pain, where someone was at before, where they're at now, like their achievement, and then the solution, okay, of like what they did. And the last one is the call to action. Okay.
And then he also said to put a paint you can go on and draw an arrow down that said comment in the messenger, comment below. And sometimes people are like, comment where? And if you point an arrow down, that just triggers their mind to know below and comment.
You're actually drawing it with your finger, like, okay, you might have put the caption, comment this below, but underneath the caption, you're drawing little arrows. So helps them really know exactly what they need to do. Okay. One more thing to do after this, and then we'll get into a little Q&A, is this idea of saying, or looking back at your insights. Like, okay, if you look back at these 5 stories, look at the insights and see how many people viewed your stories. Okay. And something he said is look at this as data. He says, okay, let's say 100 people look at your first story, 90 people look at your next one, 60 people looked at this one, 50 people looked at this one, and then 30 people looked at this one. So there's a huge drop and gap from each one of them. You can say, okay, what happened from this 91 to the 61? Maybe I need to look and see what I did from here to here to help them get to the next level. So what do I need to change on these stories if I follow the same format in the future to make this one a little bit better? Okay, this solution maybe didn't really convert and get people to the call to action. What do I need to do to change with my solution to get them to the call to action? Okay, so look at your insights and views of how many people are looking at them and seeing from the first to the last, and see how you can improve this next time you follow the same format. He also said, if you don't have very many people looking at your stories, like if you say you only have 10 on the first one, 9, 7, 6, and then 4, remember, this is action-based marketing that we're trying to focus on right now. If you don't have very many followers, you got to be more instigative. So go to those people that watch your stories, send them a little message and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching my story. How are you doing today? Or ask them a question. That's what we've learned for engagement. Always end on a question for them to come back and engage with them, right? You're wanting to build your followers and build more trust with your followers, okay? Anything else to go into?
No, that was good.
Awesome. Well, we went over a lot today. We're going to open up to some Q&A. Anybody have any questions over on Facebook? We're going to start going through and see what we can look over here on Facebook, and then also over here on Zoom. So if you have any questions, please raise your hands and we'll get to you in the next few minutes before we've got new releases.
Yeah, I saw that there was a question on what number 2 was, but she picked up on it because you
Okay.
went over that, so that was good.
Andrea, so you said, so don't use business suites to post.
Well, he was just talking about your personal post
Yeah,
on this one. You can post the same on your business. It's great. You can do the same thing. But we were just talking about personal today. So
Yeah, this is
the same thing applies for business.
Yeah, this is all focused on personal page and gaining a following and getting more people on your following.
But it applies 100% across the board to business pages and everything else.
Yep. Would you recommend a before and after jewelry? Valencia, maybe give me a little bit more information, like a before and after, like when someone sent them jewelry, when they got jewelry. Maybe see if you can creatively, maybe even just test it out and say, hey, this person was before how they were. They're like a sad face, like, and then we send them jewelry and they're all super happy now. You know, like,
I like that.
maybe you can have a little bit of fun with this as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Shelly, oh, I love that word. Be investigative. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Robin, yes, you have your hand up.
So I think I forgot, I didn't catch her name, and she mentioned Business Suite. So I think she's probably referring to Meta Business Suite, where we can post to our Facebook business page and our Instagram page. Is that okay still to use that?
Yeah, you can use anywhere, post anywhere, but don't copy it over. Don't share it. Do individual posts.
And he said, and just to reiterate that, if it's stories, it's easier just to share over back and forth. But if it's a post, a live, or a reel, make sure you save it, download it, and then post it in that other platform.
Yeah, and we just have kind of talked personal, but yes, business pages, business Instagram pages, everywhere you have it, do it.
Yep. Tina Mule said, sorry if I butchered their last name. My page is almost non-engaging. What can I do? Tina, I would ask you, if no one's interacting with you, what should you do? To me, if you want love, you got to give love. Okay. So it's like, okay, if someone's not really engaging with me, maybe I need to go out there and be a little bit more, the word investigative, maybe a little bit more instigative, and say, instigative was the word, not investigative. What was the word? I just lost it. Sorry.
Instigating.
Instigating, meaning I gotta take the initiative. I gotta be the one going out there and more talking on their and interacting with them. She said, my business page is almost non-engaging. Okay, so we either need to raise your followers or go into and individually interact with your customers on their page. Like, how do you feel if someone goes and interacts with your page and your content, whether it's your stories, your posts, your lives or something? So find your customers and engage with them, talk with them, start trying to get to know them better. And create a
Go to your
relationship with them.
contact list on your business page and go to their page and say, talk to them, ask them a question, ask them something to get them talking. If you just post, nobody's going to talk to you. But if you ask them a question, give them something to talk about, they'll react. But remember, just 1 or 2 answers or 1 or 2 word answers. Don't make it a whole long paragraph.
And Tina, you could even just go into those, like look at your followers on your business page. Maybe you've got 300-400 people and they're not really engaging. Go into one of them, or every single day, make this part of your DMO, because every single day we should be following our finding DMO and say, hey, I'm for 15 minutes, I'm going to go into all my customers, react and comment with some of their stuff, and then DM them like, oh my gosh, Becky, I just saw one of your posts on your story, on your timeline. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that you just went to New Zealand. I can't believe you just went to Atlanta. I can't believe you just went to the Super Bowl. I can't believe you just had that fun Super Bowl party. Like, who are you rooting for to win?
But he just said, oh, I can't believe that you had such a really good Super Bowl party. What was your favorite part?
Yep, add a question.
Always ask a question on every single reply or comment you do. Ask a question. Someone will write to me and say, oh, Mama Frank, I love your color of lipstick. And I'll say, thank you so much, sweetie, for being so kind. What color do you wear? Always ask a question, because you want them to get used to talking to you. But then you got to watch it and go back and read and talk back to them. You got to chat. You've got to always ask a question. Always ask a question. See, somebody just said congratulations. I'll say thank you, sweetheart. What are you doing today? I don't know. Add something in
go
there.
into their page.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not just in Facebook. That's life. That's a principle. It's a universal principle that if I'm interested in whatever they have to in person, if I'm interested in them and I'm asking them questions, I'm going to get replies. But if they're just like, oh, how was the weekend? Good. Oh, that was sweet. There's not engagement. You got to keep the engagement going. And how to do that is questions.
Right. See, for example, it says right here, my business page is my main page for posting jewelry and pictures. She just posted that to me. I can say, that's my main page too. What kind of pictures do you post? There's always a question that you can
some
ask.
sort of question. One last thing, and then we're going to end. Tori said, I have such a good following and engagement on my personal page, but not on my business page. So think about it, Tori. How long did it take for you to build up your personal page and gain that relationship with those people? What value did you give them before that? Think about the same thing. What value am I providing my business page, and how can I create better relationships with my customers that's following them?
Always ask a question, because that shows that you're concerned about them.
Be interested in them and love them. Give them value. See how you can help their lives. Okay.
Sorry, we got 2 minutes. We got to go.
Yep, we got to go. Love
See
you
you
guys so
tomorrow.
much.
Love
See you
you.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.